Okay. And we're back again, chat room with Max. But this time around, let's do it the way we always do it. Let's go.
It's your boy Max. I want to introduce a show to you. It's called Chat Room with Max.
Shake
Ladies and gentlemen,
pay attention whenever you're
non-stop.
The primary sign, usually on an adult in a domestic violence situation, are bruises.
God gave him a talent. And the Bible says your gift will make a way for
When we sit there and we blame God for the things that are happening in our lives, no, God never told me to lay down with that man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Chat Room with Max. It's been a while, it's been ages. We were forced to jump on the show today because of a very important topic. And we're going to be talking about that topic. So if it affects you, don't be offended, okay? Don't be offended. Just take it as we're giving our honest opinions. Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's been a while. It's been a while. As you can see, our audience are not available right now because we had to do some restructuring and moving things around. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We just have to come on just to, show this real quick. Okay. This is like an emergency broadcast. So as we always do not forget to like where you're watching this from. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Do not forget to hit that notification tab so you know just when we're on. Lastly, don't forget to share. Share. Sharing is caring. Okay. So at this point, I would want to introduce to you. I'll just bring everybody back. I'll just bring everybody backstage on because when I don't already see them, you guys have seen them already. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Sam Soft and Dr. Tolu. Let's bring Doctor up. Hello, Doctor. How are you doing today?
I am doing well. Thank God. Yourself?
I'm great. How have you been? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute, hasn't it? I've been well. Very busy, but all is well. And I am thankful. I am grateful.
Amen. Sam Soft, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I thank God. It's a new day. Cannot complain. Even if you complain, nobody's going to respond. Only God can respond. So you can't complain to nobody rather than say hello to God.
In fact, these days, my brother, even God said, don't want to hear the complaint. If you complain, who will I complain to? I've answered your prayer already. You just don't know.
Exactly. I've answered your prayer. So why are you complaining again?
Yeah. So welcome back, guys. It's been a while. Yes, I'm very, very sure you guys have been aware of the news that has been going around town. First of all, before I say anything, I would want us to just give our 2 cents on before we dive into the major topic of the show. I want us to give our 2 cents on what just happened in Texas of recent. The shooting that happened in Texas, the school shooting. I for one, I am so annoyed by the fact that schools are no longer schools anymore.
Yeah.
I was opportune to get into to go to this high school and for first aid and CPR BLS training. And when I went in, it was like a prison. Like the metal detectors, all those things. Like it's just so annoying that it has to get to this point where even with all that, safety is still not guaranteed. Your children will be going to school and you'll be praying, oh God, please let them come back safe. Let them come back safe. So our hearts goes out to the parents of those children and the loved ones of those two teachers that were gone down.
Yeah.
But another thing again is I feel unfortunately getting to the root of this is going to be a little bit difficult because we are not approaching it by the root cause. Like we're not hitting it by the root, like the base of it.
How do you mean?
Okay, so number one, where will a child of that age get an assault rifle? Like, why should a child of that age that is not eligible to buy alcohol yet, he's not legally eligible age-wise to buy alcohol, but will go into a store and is eligible to buy an assault rifle?
He can also be classified as an adult, and on that basis,
Yeah, because of the age 18,
yes, he's
so
18.
he can do. He's free to. He's an adult from that age.
Yeah.
But the most important, the most scary part is that anybody can actually go and buy a firearm in this country, America, and it's just the problem that uh, they are taking it politically. They are forgetting that we need to wake up and take it seriously. When everything like this happen in America, they jump on the politicians jump on it in a negative way
Yeah.
instead of the people to approach it the right way because people are dying. Innocent people are dying, and the safety of Americans is getting out of hand
Mm.
because nobody can just. They should put a stronger law on it because it's so easy for people for anybody to buy a gun in America. It's very easy, even
Okay.
on the streets. It's easy for people to even get gun on the
Yeah.
street.
Yeah.
So, like when you go to Europe, it's very hard for you to get a gun.
Mhm.
You know, and even that doesn't mean that it doesn't. There's no crime in that society, but the gun is something that can kill so many people at the same time. But that's the reason why that should be a weapon that should be controlled
Okay, so
strictly.
here's my here's my 2 cents on the matter.
Okay.
First of all, we have a nifty little thing called the Second Amendment
Hmm.
that gives every adult American the right
The
to
right to bear arms.
arms. That right there is the singular reason why this whole thing is just hard to deal with. Like Sam Soft said, if you go to European nations, they don't have this kind of, they have their issues, they have their crimes, but they don't have these kinds of crimes.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
believe in the UK, the last time they had a school shooting was probably 26 years ago. It's something that can be Googled. I think it was 26 years ago. And the government just said, oh, no, 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 we're not doing this. And they went ham on it and ensured that it is extremely difficult for a private citizen
Exactly.
to obtain firearms.
They should.
So why can't we amend? Why can't we amend the amendment?
Let me
Now
tell you why.
therein.
Let me tell you why.
Okay, go ahead,
The,
Samson.
the government they are taking it politically. People are playing games with it. They are playing games with it. Oh, you are trying to take the right of the Americans to bear their arms. No, 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 no. People are you are misunderstanding rights. So people can just say, I have the right to be anything. I have the right to be naked on the street. Okay, okay. Why is it okay? Why is it that when people get naked on the street, the police come and carry them somewhere to be treated? Don't they have the right to be naked?
No, actually,
So,
they don't.
exactly. So
But
why
That's
can't
this
you have the
one
right?
indecent.
is this one is a guaranteed right. Actually, this one is in the
Yeah.
law. That's why is part of the law. It's actually the Second Amendment to the Constitution. So it's
It
actually
should be corrected.
constitutionally acceptable to bear arms in the U.S. It is.
Mm.
Unfortunately, this is where I am confused. I'm like, okay, there's been a bill, I believe, before the Senate
Yeah.
for I don't know how long now. It just keeps getting shut down. And part of it, I haven't read the whole thing. Part of it is that they want to make it such that if a person comes to a store and says they want to buy firearms, to
Hmm.
increase the length of time in between when they come to want to buy it and when it is actually handed to them.
And that to
That
them.
in that
Okay.
time, there's a background check, to because what has been seen is that many times
I,
the time between when someone buys something and when they
mhm.
actually commit the crime is very short. So some people are saying, let us increase. Somebody says they want to come and buy a gun. Tell them to come back in 2 weeks.
Mm.
You know, I
Doctor,
personally believe that if anybody wants to buy a semi, I don't know what you want a semi for. I honestly, a semi-automatic. I don't know what you need that for.
Yeah.
Somebody
but
wants to buy
doctor,
something.
When we are not going to Ukraine.
but
Eh?
doctor, you mentioned something about
Hold on, please, Samson. Hold on.
background check.
Before I don't want us to lose the comments that are coming in right now. And we have comments that are coming in with regards to this same issue. So Yinka Martins is in the house, and Yinka, hi. Yinka says, Doctor.
Yeah. Hey peeps, good to see y'all back. Do they even have background checks before handing guns to people? I don't know because I've never needed one and I pray I don't.
Yes, he furthermore says,
Even the police in Europe do not move with guns. Boom. Only response teams move with guns. Store security is holding guns here. That is
mm,
another, yeah, it's just extremely
mm,
simple, extremely
mm,
easy to buy firearms here.
mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm,
don't pray bad for people, but I want those politicians to witness this firsthand. Maybe then they will change the law.
mm,
That's
mm.
deep.
Because
That's
That's
deep, yeah.
they are playing politics with this thing.
Yeah.
healthy
Jessica is in the house.
disabilities. Good evening, Dr. My Queen Mother. Queen J, I hail you. Good evening, my daddy. I miss you, Dad. Good evening, Minister Max.
Hey,
It is
daughter, it's
good to
good to
see
see
you
you.
all.
Whatever, Jacinta.
I
Sorry,
was
because
waiting
he
for
didn't
that.
mention you. Yeah,
No, she mentioned me.
You
She
mentioned
mentioned
me.
me, but she said, listen to this. Good evening, doctor, my queen mother.
uh-huh,
Good evening, my daddy. I miss you, dad.
uh-huh,
Good evening, Minister Max.
uh-huh. You're not missing now because he has been seeing you all the
No,
time.
I have a title. She never call me my title. It's okay. It's okay.
Thou
All
shalt
right,
not be jealous on the day
it's
before the
okay.
Sabbath.
It's okay. Let's continue.
Somebody,
Jessica said she's
somebody is
watching from
jealous.
Nigeria.
Watching from Nigeria, awesome.
Yinka says,
They want to shoot plenty birds. Nina, I don't get it. Nina.
I know what that means.
No, no. What you need, those are like what they have specific hunting rifles for such things, not
yeah,
semi-automatic.
not semi-automatic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ada is in the
Adira
house. She
says,
says,
"Hello, Minister Meg, some soft, and Dr. Tolu.
Hello, Adora.
Hey, how are you?
Doctor, hey, what's up? How you doing? Yeah. Okay. So
Now, because I don't want to miss this one,
please
Minister
go
Mark.
ahead, Samson.
The background check you were talking about that you should do.
Yes.
I don't think background check we can even solve this problem. Let me tell you why. Because this person that just committed this recent crime, he had no criminal record.
No record. Mhm.
So in a case like that, it's not background check is not. They should just make it difficult. Whether you have not committed crime, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't give you a clearance. No, that shouldn't give you clearance
Okay.
because
Okay.
it's a dangerous weapon. Gone. So before they give anybody, because guess what? Somebody can be crazy the next day. That you can be normal today. The next day you are crazy.
All right. You just hit the jackpot right there of where I was
Mm,
headed to. Right.
Right?
And
mm,
this is what I'm trying to say. I don't think just gun control alone will solve it 100%
Mhm.
because person we don't crease, and you can carry knife, you can carry anything and kill people.
Mhm.
It's not gonna be in the numbers, but a death is a death. You kill someone, you kill someone. That's it. It's gonna reduce the numbers, yes. But this is it. What makes it easy for people to conjure those thoughts and commit those crimes is
mm,
the affordability and the ease at which they get what they get. So, as you guys have said, you make it difficult, you make it tougher, then yes. Background checks that they do, mind you, America has a lot of ways that they make their money. Selling guns is one of them.
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately, selling weapons is one of them. So, take away that Second Amendment or make it more difficult is going to discourage a lot of business for a lot of top businessmen. It's just like Nigeria, for example, sorry to mention. Take away selling of generator and fix the NEPA problem. You know what will happen?
It's same. I think it's the same.
Oh, well, you need to find
Very good
some other
example.
means of livelihood.
That's a very
There
good
you
example.
go.
Those whose
When it comes
livelihood
to
depend on
government,
that.
Exactly.
government
So
interest.
there you go. But the major point that I was jumping to, as I said, is that part of mental illness.
Hmm.
I'm a psych nurse. I'm doing my master's in that. And I've come to realize one thing. If you look at the stories of everybody that has been involved in all these school shootings, all these cinema shootings, you would notice they have one thing in common. There's a trait of mental illness. It might not be that, oh, this person offended me and I'm going in there and I'm shooting that person. No, they go in there and they shoot people. Look at this one, for example. Yeah, doctor is scratching her baby. The one in New York. Doctor,
Yeah,
if you don't scratch your baby, I'm not excited. It means
those
I'm
are
not making
Muslims.
sense. Exactly. I think it's we that are supposed to be scratching.
I'm
The
listening.
shooting, the shooting that happened in New York
Yes.
just weeks ago,
Yes.
that was clearly a case of racism,
Hate crime.
hate crime. But there's a difference between being a racist and having a mental illness to push that racism to get into that hate crime that you kill people.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
You see, it bothers me. This is what bothers me, right?
Mhm,
Every time this happens, I'm like, okay, see, if America was the only Caucasian nation,
mhm.
there would be nothing to compare her with.
Yeah.
There are other Caucasian nations. People are being stressed just as they are being stressed in America. What is it about our own country? What is it? Is there something about the fragility of human minds that something makes them snap? And then with the opportunity to be able to acquire weapons, because if I remember correctly, this last shooting, that the young man prior to all of this was boasting that his parents had no idea
Mhm.
how big his arsenal of weapons is.
Oh yeah.
Something is not right because I'm
Where
trying to
where 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 was he boasting?
On
exactly
social
see this is
media.
where I was going because every single time after the event, this is what bothers me. After the event, all of a sudden information begins to pour out. Oh, the person said
Oh.
this and the person said
Uh-huh.
that. And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, how is it that nobody connected the dots until other
Even
people?
the person that was live streaming, he was live streaming the event,
I
shooting people.
Can you imagine? This is social media. Social people are getting even people are even getting crazy on the social media on their own. How can you see something that is going
there's a
on?
missing link
You will
somewhere.
not even jump into app. You are trying to make
Yeah,
video.
there's a missing link somewhere, but I think it's very definitely
Doctor, you asked a question, and I think you answered your question while asking it. The problem with
Mhm.
this country is
Yeah,
the opportunity, the
boom.
freedom, the rights.
Yeah, yeah,
That is the problem.
yeah. It is a guaranteed right. You cannot argue that.
It is, you cannot argue it.
You cannot.
So if anything touch the head to use it, yeah, it's just mental. You claim mental illness, and what will happen? You send the person to one psych facility, and the person stays there, and the person comes out, and you see the person the next day. One
Exactly.
girl, one girl killed a guy, and the next week she was out. Mental illness,
Because
mental
mm,
illness.
mm, mm.
So let's take some come. Wow, we have a lot of comments coming in. Okay. Okay, so let's take this
Okay,
one
yes.
from Yinka.
Ring bell, yep. The worry about business. Social
Yeah.
media has made people. I recently
It's
saw a
true.
guy put his hand accidentally. That was not an accident to a lion, and those on their phones were recording, regardless of
Oh
him
yeah,
And they were
struggling.
even screaming on top of it too. They were
I was
laughing.
screaming.
Hey,
and
but
laughing.
that wasn't an accident. He, of his own volition, stuck his digits into the lion's mouth.
But
That was
is
not
it
an
not?
accident.
That is the
But see,
invasion, invading the privacy of the lion.
Exactly.
no, 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 no,
Exactly.
no, 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 Sam Soft, you're wrong. That is infringing on the freedom of the lion.
Exactly. You just use a bigger grammar.
There you go. You have to need one.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
People is not
thank you
evil
for
and that
still
was not
watching.
an accident. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah, thank you for still watching. This still remains chat room, and yes, we're talking about serious issues here today.
Mhm.
And but I read where the mother of the boy came out to say that her son had reasons for what he did.
Oh dear.
Yeah, she said her son had reasons for what he did. But this is what I also want to beg parents, or
No, no,
I
I'm
want to beg
curious.
parents.
I'm curious. Please finish that thought.
No, she
What?
never gave the reason.
Oh dear.
Yeah, she never gave the reason. She ended it with they should not talk bad about the boy. You know, they should forgive the boy and her, forgive all of them. You
Oh.
know, people, parents to be precise, please, 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 please. I think we need to have special schools. Schools need to have special sessions where when parents come in for PTA meetings, they have sessions where they teach parents signs of abnormalities to note in their children.
Who is doing this teaching? The teachers, or are they hiring
They should hire
qualified
professionals,
professionals? Okay.
qualified professionals
Okay.
to do that. Because I believe it's also going to help, even though it's not by a lot, but at least it's going to help. Because all this begins from a point where at the end of the whole thing, you now hear, oh, and he was like this, oh, and she was like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if you note those signs, your child is suddenly withdrawing from the community, from the society. Your child is suddenly not wanting to talk to anybody. Your child is now all of a sudden having some pictures.
You sound far away.
Yeah, what
Oh,
happened to your mic?
I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
It's back.
It's slightly better, but still not back to where you were before.
Okay, how about now?
No, it's worse.
Uh-uh.
Touch the other one.
Yeah, so maybe you put something off.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Mm-mm,
Am
mm-mm.
I good?
No, you sound muffled.
Oh, nothing. Okay, let me just fix this now. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I'm gonna be switching. I'm gonna be switching the source of my power supply.
So NEPA has visited
Oh
you.
wow. I know
Can
you're not accusing NEPA.
I hope you are not using a NEPA.
I know you're not accusing NEPA.
Wait, are you guys hearing? Are you guys hearing me now?
There we go. Yes.
Yes, yeah. Switch photos of my power supply. Okay, so noticing all those signs, your child has some dangerous drawings with assault rifles as pictures in his room. All of a sudden, or your child suddenly develops a likeness for guns, not just likeness alone, but you notice all these previous signs, including this thing, this likeness for gun, or your child has this sudden disgust for his peers in school, just different things,
Mm.
then you would need to talk to someone. So things like this are things that the school would need to have to organize for the parents,
Mm.
so the parents can also help out. Because at the end of the day, school pupils die and teachers will also lose their life.
I have a question.
Please.
Why do parents like to buy a toy gun for the first gift for their male child? They always buy this toy gun.
You know
And
why?
you
Because
you
men
want them to be
always
violent?
like exactly like rough play, like
Yeah.
violence, like things that
Mm.
exert and like, it's the same reason grown men watch action movies. It's the
And
same.
the toy,
Eh,
including toy games. I mean, sorry, uh, war games like
Yes,
with
yes.
weapons and
Samson, wait. Samson, what are you talking about? You want them to buy us door, baby?
There we go.
Eh? Teddy
There
bear.
we go. Question answered.
I like basketball game. I don't want. It's better to be giving them sports than to be using the gun.
Soft is a man of peace. Minister Makes. Now I'm beginning to look at you, corner eye.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
He likes all
Ladies
those.
and gentlemen, at this point, we're going to be going on a short break until they finish their talk. See you in the next window.
What's poppin', beautiful and handsome people? You already know it's your girl, Pretty Yanni, and I'm the host for Hot Set with Pretty Yanni. You're now tuned in and listening to Chat Room with Mex. Enjoy.
Okay, so yes, we're back.
Did
Don't
we
mind them,
strike a
they
nerve?
think they
No,
can.
exactly.
They are
We
still,
need
they are
to
still talking. They are still talking from the shadows.
we need laying of legs.
They are still talking from the shadows, people.
Did we
Eh?
strike a nerve,
Still
sir?
look at him down there. Where's his big head? Right there.
Okay. I think I know what's going on here. I think this is clear case of teamwork. Let's switch
Yes,
the
indeed.
camera position.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Hey. Ah, there we go.
She couldn't. It was hard.
Where you gonna be? Right there, right?
There we go. You can run, but you cannot hide.
You cannot hide.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take some comments. Where did we stop? Okay. Yinka says,
Mm-hmm. I saw accident because he thought he could be faster than the lion while aggravating it. This Daniel failed. See, there's something I'm trying to understand.
This Daniel failed. That's a funny one.
yeah, so this Daniel
Everyone
failed.
does things play like this. They reference Daniel. Daniel was thrown without his right into the lion's den. Y'all walk into a lion that's peacefully breathing oxygen, and then this nonsense ensues.
And
Y'all
then
need
you
to
now
stop.
go and choke hand inside the lion's mouth.
Y'all need to stop. Just stop.
Imagine.
They play too much.
Okay. Next comment is from Dr. Ada. She says,
Emphasis on mental health is important and should be taught in school.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. See, instead of teaching, listen, society, right? This is what I think.
Mhm.
I think the society that we're in is evolving.
Okay.
The cultures keeps evolving. At some point, we don't used to talk about sex in schools, right?
True.
At some point, nobody talks about sex in schools. But now they teach you in schools about sex. At some
Agreed.
point. Now, we've gotten to this point in our society where we have to begin to bring in mental health, where if something is wrong with you, you yourself can identify it and talk to someone about it.
You know,
In the past,
I don't know, man. It seems to be a slippery slope. Remember, teachers are mandatory reporters.
that's another
What do they do with that sort of information?
And what do
Something that may be borderline.
What about the people that get those information? What do they do? What is their response from the because some of those teachers they report these things and it's like it's swept under the rug.
You know,
and do you know that some of the parents will say, "Oh, how dare you, teacher, to talk about my son like that?"
Well, true.
I gave him the right to do that. Some parents are cuckoo too.
It's a complex ball. It's a complex.
Yeah, but
I think
where I'm driving at is this. I'm driving at not the teacher teaching it. At least I believe each school should have a therapist right now.
Really? Each school?
Yeah. Each school should have a
Do you have
therapist.
any idea how many schools are in one district? And how many districts are in one state?
Yes, they should have a therapist, at least one therapist.
I am telling you, it is a matter of cost, and it may not come up as being cost effective. I'm telling you, it's
It's,
not because I don't think they shouldn't.
it's like getting more jobs for the school. You're creating more jobs.
I hear
And they
you.
can even hire me at some. They can hire me at some point. I'm advocating for myself.
I hear you. I'm just saying, who is going to pay for this therapist?
Our
This
taxes,
school.
our taxes are paying for it.
Thank
Are you
you.
considering poor neighborhoods?
Oh, okay, there you go. So they'll be cheating on those poor neighborhoods with our taxes supposed to go for both poor neighborhood and rich neighborhood.
No,
So
sir.
why is our
You are
taxes just?
ignoring a very interesting part of real estate in America. But let's not go down that road,
I
please.
know.
Okay. Let me now I can now gently switch this thing now, because now they have start fighting on top. Doctor that says I'm soft is the peace loving one. They are now fighting. Let me hear her say it's the peace
Minister
loving
Rex,
one.
don't you worry. You'll soon circle back. Don't you worry.
Exactly.
Okay. But yeah, I think okay. There are some programs that can make the government forgive your debt. Now, emphasis on Nigeria and America. There are some programs that can make if it's in Nigeria, I believe it's possible if they want to do it.
What is the if and what is it that needs to be done?
If they want to have a therapist in a school, at least one therapist in a school, it's possible.
I think that should be
All they have to do is just take that one teacher. Take that one teacher that don't really have a particular job description and give him.
Every teacher has a job description. That's why they're teachers.
Doctor,
Sir.
let me not dig into that deep.
I'm just saying.
But if it's in America, right? There are some places that you work that you qualify for debt. What's that thing again? Where they cancel your debt? Debt cancel.
Debt forgiveness.
Student loan debt forgiveness. So if you bring that up and say, okay, as a therapist, you went to school, you have student loan debt, you work for a particular school in those neighborhoods that are not too well to do. You work there for 7 years, 10 years, your student loan will be forgiven.
Are they being paid while they're doing this?
Yes, they will be paid. Just like what they do. Just like what they do right now.
Is another matter altogether, but
Doctor is
I like the sound of it.
Doctor is concerned about how they get paid.
No, as in
because
is getting
who
is
pay them?
doing the paying.
Doctor, do you know how much goes into the educational system?
I agree. It's a lot. It's an
It's a
entire
lot of
industry
money.
by itself. I understand.
Serious industry. So I think that's one thing they should actually consider. We have another comment. She says,
Amendment of the Constitution. Oh my, sis. You are about to open Pandora's box.
That's a Pandora's box that even Miss Pandora cannot even think of opening.
You are about to open Pandora's box on that matter.
You know what it took to get that constitution as this thing?
Yeah.
She says, he was trying to tickle the lion.
Tickle the
Hey, he wanted to make the lion laugh or pet the lion.
in its mouth. Right. Okay. Okay, Inka says, so that they go to war.
Inka, can you give a reference to this comment?
Could you expatiate that a bit?
Yeah.
He says ban Call of Duty. And I hope you intend to include GTA.
Oh, Samsung will come and support this one.
Oh no, he's a man of peace. He does. Oh, you mean support this idea, right?
Yeah, he'll come and support this idea that they should ban it. It's me that will be like, what? I like Call of Duty. I like. That's my kind of game.
These people don't like peace. They want problems. Problems always. That's a pretty sweeping statement, sir.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anytime I hear always and never, I'm usually suspicious.
Yeah. Those are two absolutes
I'm usually suspicious when I hear those two words.
Yeah. So Samsoft, we have a trending hashtag that will trend very soon.
Okay.
Hashtag ban Call of Duty game.
Do you
Do you support
agree?
it?
I don't understand what that means. So
It's one of these
Call of
violent
Duty is
video games.
very no, it's a
oh, the video
war video
game.
game.
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
violent video game.
Yeah, they have to get rid of it. All those violent. I never liked violent video game like that time. I never agreed
Mr.
to it.
Max, there you go.
You already know.
Oh wow. Is it threatening violence? What is this?
You
It's
see,
Samson making a feast.
you see,
It's Samson making a feast.
it is the video, it is the video
Doctor,
that is affecting him.
Doctor. I was just showing my phone,
Oh
and
wait.
Samson made a feast, two feasts
In that
to punch me.
threatening
I was
pose.
trying to defend myself.
Exactly. Yes, you could be described as being in a. Mhm. You
Doctor,
incited that reaction, sir.
Exactly.
did I deserve against my phone?
Yes, you were in a threatening pose against.
Exactly. And I was there. I was
Okay,
ready to
fine.
defend myself.
Whatever, I'm going back down.
You're trying to
There we
act
go.
like a Russia.
It's okay.
There
I
we go.
can see what's going on here. Let's keep the comments coming in.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. So Adora says,
Very true. Signs of abnormalities, especially mentally. I still think this is a slippery slope, man.
I know.
JT Crown says, "Wow." Okay, could
Crown,
you?
welcome to the show, sir.
Yeah,
Who is that one?
Max, are you in Nigeria?
Because of them, this
Yeah.
light going off on. That's why
He needs to explain himself.
answer.
Jessica, if I'm in Nigeria, which part of Nigeria do you think I'll be in right now? Okay. Adora says,
Likeness for toy guns too can encourage such, in my opinion. I don't accept
Exactly.
toy guns as gifts for my son. Honestly, I have trashed one when I realized it was a toy gun with toy bullets.
Very good. Good job. You better not buy my godson gun. Oh.
now,
Only you.
now let me say something.
We're really touching something here today.
She did not like it when they bought me a toy gun when I was small.
She's not your mother, is she?
You know those kind of toy guns, Samson, you know those kind of toy guns that you'll be shooting and they'll pew, 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 the lights will be coming. Pew, pew, pew.
That's
That's not harmful. It's like disco light.
Minister Max.
Doctor, well, I get it. But
do you?
They never bought you gun when you were a kid.
Nobody
carry one when after you grow up.
Who told you they never bought me? They bought me toy guns. What are you talking about?
And that one, I just toy gun not get, not get any anointing.
Let's keep going. Jessica says,
my question to I'm sorry, I don't know.
You're not making sense this evening.
Yinka
says
them giving toy guns. Okay. I don't think toy guns are necessarily little boys have been playing soldiers and cops and robbers.
Yeah, please.
It's not. I don't think it's the toy guns, but I'm not willing to argue that. She says, not in Nigeria, sir. That's why mental health issues is serious problem here.
A Nigerian problem with mental health is, if we're going to go to Nigeria, doctor, I don't know, you might scratch your baby now. You can start scratching before I talk.
No, let me hear you.
Samson, if you can join her in the scratch.
Let's hear you.
I like
Nigerian problem is
nice is thinking.
Nigerian problem is, if you go to Nigeria now and you begin to diagnose people, there will be a lot of people with one mental health problem or the other.
Based on what?
Perfect example. Do you know that according to DSM-5, road rage is now a mental health disorder?
Oh yeah, that is actually mental health.
Okay.
Yeah, now you go to Nigeria, you're driving in traffic. Not even traffic. Nigeria is that country where people that are driving don't want to use their trafficator too much anymore. because they believe that when you're in front of me, Sam Soft, if you use your trafficator, you are telling me where you are going to. So rather, I would rather surprise you so that I will just cut you and then go. And then when I cut you, pew, you will not start baby your father. You then create your mom. You come out of your car. What are you doing? What are you driving?
And start fighting on the middle of the road, and they cause
Doctor, please tell me, when you traveled to Nigeria just recently, how many road rage events did you witness? Please tell me 0.
As a matter of fact, you cannot. Let me tell
That
you,
would be a lie.
you will not escape one in a day. You will not escape.
That would be a lie.
Okay. I rest my case.
I confess they do some creative driving there.
There you go. So just by the driving alone, you can tell.
So are we segueing into Nigeria's situation now?
Oh yeah, we're segueing into Nigeria's situation. But let's just take these comments, because I know some people want to bash me small.
Okay. So she says, not all schools can afford a therapist. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
In our country, Nigeria, you have to watch over your children's mental health by yourself.
And that is where some parents get it wrong. Because I've had this parent called me up one day, and the parent was like, "Oh, Minister Mex, I think my child she diagnosed her child with a serious mental health disorder." And I was like, "Okay, give me reasons why your child has this." And she's like, "Oh, she keeps to herself." I said, "How long has she been keeping to herself for?" "Oh, for a very long time." I said, "What happened before she started keeping to herself?" "Oh, this happened, that happened." I said, "Okay, and you think she has this disorder? This condition happened after something bad happened. But this disorder that you're diagnosing your daughter with is a congenital birth deficit." So, come on. If parents now begin to manage their children's mental health, there will be problem. Parents will personally go and carry medication and be giving their children.
Okay, that's another kind of worms.
That we will not open today. We have one kind of worm we're about to open. We have not even entered it yet. So let's just run through these comments real quick. Adora says,
they can train the teachers, and the teachers in turn enlighten the kids. Awareness campaign on mental health can be advised.
Okay. Yinka says, haha. Adora says,
one therapist will be overwhelmed. Definitely.
True. Very true. Very Definitely. True. Very true. Jacinta says,
I remember when my daughter was going through emotional issues because of where she was living. The school was adding more by beating her that she would faint.
That she would faint?
This corporal punishment thing, that's a whole nother issue by itself.
This is not exactly what happened, because I know this story.
Okay.
But I will not open this kind of worm right now.
We just keep lining up kinds of worms today, okay?
I know. When we open it, it will open. Okay. Well, this situation,
you and this your staff.
It's even, I know. This situation is a situation that the fainting happens even before you beat the child.
No, so are you saying that they're beating? Are you saying they are beating an unconscious child?
No, he's saying that
no. The fainting happens even if the beating it does not occur.
That's why
you threaten to beat. You threaten to beat. Faints.
So it's indirectly trying to tell you that she's faking. The child is faking.
No. It's not necessarily faking. It might be a response or
you think it's a stress response
problem. Yeah, a stress response, or a circulatory problem where the brain
That
shuts
is
down,
interesting.
oxygen stops, and then boom, faints,
But
and then regains
triggers it?
consciousness.
What triggers it is the attempt that you want to, is the move that you are trying to make, to beat
That
it.
is really interesting.
Please, let's not open this kind of worm.
Exactly.
Let's keep going.
Aha.
Dr. Anasis, let's
She
go
says,
close
let's
it.
close the Pandora's box. Yes, indeed. That is wise counsel.
Okay. Okay. Jessica says, I
I
put
have
her
to
out of
put
that
her out
school.
of that school and brought her closer.
Mhm.
And I noticed that the fainting issue stopped because we talked things out. Okay, so maybe if issues are being addressed,
Mhm.
some sort of progress may be made.
Yeah. And so I mean the light. Oh no, I did it that way. I want it flickering. It kind of gives me that sparkle.
You do understand that you may be causing trouble for those who have migraines or who have epileptic
Or
issues.
seizure disorders. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's true. I'll work on it immediately. Thank you very much. But doctor, this is not the kind of flicker that causes
This
it
is
now.
what happens. This
Who
is
told
what
you
happens
that?
when you have psychologist and a doctor in the program. Like
He started it. So she says, "Thank you, doctor. I am not his mother." Oh, yep, I'm with you, sis. I am with you.
She's not my mother, but she was the first person that took me to school, the first primary school. She held my hand as we went inside. Okay.
Oh, do you have
Yeah.
pictures?
Oh yeah, of course.
No, I
Of
mean
course.
pictures of the hand holding into the primary school.
Doctor, we didn't go to the kind of school you went to.
now, apart from that,
You
it's
don't.
not- that was not the time of social media where they take picture every 32 seconds.
No, not my doctor. No mind that.
You
You have picture. What were we?
I'm sorry. I
Yeah?
withdraw the question. I withdraw the
Bill
question.
Gates,
I just
Bill
thought
Gates
it
children.
would have been a beautiful
Those days,
memory.
before you take
I'm
picture,
sorry.
before you take picture, you have to go to, where do you call it? To Photoshop. They call it.
You have to pay. They will come to your gathering. Yeah. So I'll not make the school a gathering. Well done.
Sorry. I withdraw the
Okay, no,
question.
I've told you, doctor, you lived a different life from many of
No,
us.
who told you that? You are so very, very wrong. But it's okay. I
Mhm.
will not argue.
No, doctor was at Jebota.
You are so wrong. So wrong.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, diving into the topic for today. Sorry, we had to take 47 minutes before we had to talk about this pressing situation before we went before going to the topic.
It was only
today.
right.
Yeah, it was only
Before
right.
you go ahead, could I
Yes,
quickly, just very ever so briefly, talk about my beloved Pastor Roberto that
Oh
passed?
yes.
Oh,
yes,
please, yes.
So, just wanted to let the whole world know that a very dear, wonderful pastor, shepherd, brother, friend, by the name of Pastor Roberto Miranda, passed away last Saturday, and a whole lot of people in the New England area and all over the world actually were impacted by his life. In the 7 or so years that I attended his church, it's called Congregación León de Judá, and in English is Lion of Judah Congregation. I saw the definition of a servant leader. I saw the definition of a person who was comfortable in their own gifting, in their own anointing, and they were happy to let others just be. And so for that, Pastor Roberto, I am glad to have met you. And I'm glad that my brother Sam Soft got to meet you as well. We miss you. We do.
Even me.
Yeah.
Minister Max, we include you in the group hug.
I'll take you over from the top.
And
You know,
I would
but
like to,
yes, please,
are
go
you
ahead.
done? Are you done?
Almost. I just wanted to say that we know that we will meet again on the resurrection morning, but we miss you. We miss you. That's it.
And I want to say to everyone watching all over the world, I want to say that this great man of God, when I met him, everybody that meets this man, he impacts you. And he's a humble man with a large congregation. When I mean large congregation, when it comes to in American standard, it's a mega church. But if you meet this pastor, you will not even know he's the senior pastor of this mega church. And this pastor is a clean example of so many pastors, like where I come from, they will not even open door for me to even use their properties. They will give me excuses. These are my own people that have happen to have privilege to have at least maybe like 200 membership or 100 membership. Some of them they find it hard to even open the door, for you to come, do something. But this man has a membership of over 1,000.
Yeah.
But he opened his door. He gave me the facility.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime I call on him, he's always like, "Come on, let's use it, let's do it." And when I heard the news, in fact, I can, I even right now, I can't even imagine how I'm feeling. It's still like not resonated properly, but I know that he's resting in the Lord. It was a big shock, and we're definitely going to miss this great man of God, Dr. Roberto. And we love him so much. And I want to say our prayers and condolence to his family and the members. We really do going to miss him.
Yeah. In fact, I want to say this, right? Pastor Roberto was the classic definition of what a man of God is.
Oh, yes.
And if we can have just few more located in every country, then Christianity itself will change.
Yes. I agree.
But he has done a great job. He has done a perfect work, and he has gone on to meet God, and may his soul rest in peace. Amen. Yeah. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen. Now, topic for today. Very, very serious topic. No laughing. Jungle justice. When will it end? Jungle justice. When will it end? Have you people read it well? I want me to play soundtrack while Jungle justice. When will it end? Okay, let's not turn into music. But jungle justice. When will it end? This is a very serious topic, and this is following this is following some events that has happened around the world. In particular, two that happened in Nigeria just back to back. I think that was like a week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Me, I want to find out too. Like if you're watching from YouTube, you would read the note under it when I was like, who gives you the right to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner on another person's life? Now na go judge am, now na go sentence am, now na go kill am. Right there. And when I say mental illness, a lot of people have it. Doctor asked me, what do I mean? This is what I mean. Because it's part of it. It's part of it. It has gone to the point that the situation alone in the country is driving a lot of people mad. That you are killing the wrong people. Killing in itself is bad, though. It's horrible. But someone does something, no matter what a person does, how would you even have the mind to catch the person, beat that person point black and blue, stone the person, stone and where? Something that even in the Bible Jesus talked about. He talked about stoning. You stone the person where to the point that the person is almost dead. In fact, some will even die already. And then you carry tire. And burn the person. And then tomorrow, wait. Tomorrow you come and say God is not answering our prayers. Our country keeps getting worse.
Hmm. See, this is how I see it. If when I saw this topic, I'm like, okay, all right, we've got to do some digging.
Yeah.
Jungle justice is not limited to Africa.
Mm.
These developed nations,
Mhm.
at different points in time, they were subject to those kinds of behaviors.
Mm.
Even in the US, even as recently as the 1800s, the late 1800s, early 1900s,
Yeah.
there was still jungle justice. And I don't just mean the ones that had racist motivations. I don't mean the
Mm.
lynchings and the killings of black people. No, no, no. I meant even amongst the Caucasian populations. In the
Mhm.
1800s, if you were caught stealing a person's horse, before the sheriff got there, folk will string you up and lynch you and kill you.
Mm.
So
Mm.
jungle justice has existed in human populations for a long while.
Yeah.
Now, when we now come to our country, I feel as though, like you mentioned, the economic situation, the political situation, the uncertainty, just a whole lot of things conspire together to make it hard for people to think reasonably. When I was growing
Yeah.
up, it was only thieves. And this would be like, oh, maybe like armed robbers that were caught in the act
Mhm.
that were ever dealt jungle justice. But somewhere in the last 20, 30 years, something has shifted that now there's no demarcation. Oh, that we would actually injure and kill children in the name of, oh, he stole food, she stole this. In fact, there was a pickpocket who narrowly escaped death and was saved by the person whose pocket he picked. I was just reading
Wow.
that story. It happened a few years ago. The guy was getting off a bus and he felt this other person's hand in his pocket and
Mm.
he grabbed him. Do you know, in the twinkling of an eye, the area boys around had gathered, like, what happened? What happened? And he just said, oh, it's a joke, it's a running joke. He didn't know the guy from Adam, but he knew in that instant, if he had told them the guy had picked his pocket, he would be
Okay.
dead. Because the area boys are like, oh, thank God, that they would just have, roasted him right here. Can you imagine that? What has happened to us as a people? That we can take human life with impunity.
And do you know that?
Think it is normal.
And do you know that, Doc? Do you know that many of those people that rushed at that same victim to strike at that victim, many of them are worse than that victim.
Oh yeah.
Many of them have been into so many terrible things, but they're just opportunity that they were not caught. My own question is that, how dare you that is not clean, you are very quick, because I see all of that, I watch some of the videos, and I look at them, their face look like armed robbers.
Mhm.
Some of them they are thieves. And some of them are doing all that to distract people and then be picking pocket people. While the people are gathering to watch the cinema, they are doing their act just to create a scene. That's why my question comes again to say, where is their human thinking, feelings?
Yeah.
They have become that wickedness. When the Bible says the heart of man is desperately wicked, I see Nigeria. Whenever I read that scripture, I know that other parts of the world they do, but when I see things that happen in my beloved country, they make me fear. Say, where is the heart? Where is that kind heart? Where did it go? It's like
They now say who you go enter pigeon. What did they pay me pass? They say these na people when all of us so where they suffer for this.
exactly.
Now us government they deal
Deal with.
in country. Now me you go still come one key. Go kill the people when they deal with us now.
Exactly. Then they drive past you every day. Woo, 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 with police.
But let's not go
wrongs
there.
will not
Let's
make
not
it
go there
right.
because two wrongs. Doctor, wait now. I was about to say that. We're
Mm,
speaking pidgin. Speak it in pidgin.
I know doctor doesn't want you to say, but guess what?
mm.
The evil that they do, these politicians, they are the one causing all these innocent people dying.
I would not blame it, or I would not blame this jungle dust justice on the politician. Reason why I will not blame it on the politician is politician did not tell them go and kill this person.
Okay,
Because this person stole.
let me
Oh,
let me explain something why you should blame the politicians. A clean example.
Sam soft, sir.
No, let me say something. For instance, the road that were supposed to be fixed by the government, they don't fix the road. An accident happened there and the people die. Who is responsible for the death of those people? The government that put that money inside their pocket. They are the one that killed those people that died on the freeway.
So that is the road. Continue.
Then those people that are supposed to have jobs and be living the life, a good life, they have become on the streets. And
I would advise you to look at your screen very well before you
money
continue.
in their pocket. Who's responsible? Is the government.
Okay. Okay. Now, by the time we blame the government for everything, Samsoft, if we are adding, we are blaming the government for humans not being humane anymore, then life is no longer life. I'm sorry.
Okay,
if the government can take away everything from you, including your sense of humanity,
and
then you have a problem.
The government just allowed them to be killing themselves. The police cannot do nothing. That is the job of the government, to protect the citizens. They cannot even protect them. Now they are boldly, confidently coming out. I did it. I'm the one that did it. I'm the one that did it. They cannot do anything to me. And when they arrested that person, the people from the top are saying, release him. If you don't release him, more things will happen. They released him.
Okay. For that particular story, let's zoom into that story a little bit. That was a story of a young lady, may also rest in peace, Deborah. And she was in a WhatsApp group, and I believe she said something bad about one of the prophets. And they got angry the next time they saw her. They got angry and then they came after her. They caught her, they beat her, they stoned her to death, and then they burnt her. Now,
what was it she
said? People. Say that again, doctor.
What was it she said?
What she said was, they are here for a WhatsApp, they're here for the academic thing, da 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 da, and then her ending statement. I can't remember the exact statement, but her ending statement was something not too good. It wasn't a direct insult, but something not too good about a prophet that sounded insulting.
Okay, I'm still in the dark. I still have no idea what happened. All I know is that somebody said something, and some other people took offense, but they took offense to the point of taking a human life.
See? And now, that is what got a lot of people.
Do you think that even the prophet that they are killing for is happy that they did that? No. The prophet, you will say, just like Jesus will say, me that you have not seen, you're telling me, oh, you love me. But the people that are your friend, that are your neighbors, you cannot even express love to them. You are an hypocrite.
It's as if this show for today will be I don't want to open kind of one title.
No, because
I don't
there's
want to open can of worms, because if I respond to that and soft, it will be a serious can of worms that I'm going to open, and I
yes,
will back it up.
I can see that road. I can see that road. Don't
Let's
open the
go.
gate.
No,
I can
no,
see
no.
that road.
Let's litigate, please.
So
Let's please.
here's part of my issue.
Mhm.
Even as see, I don't want us to think that this is a see. I see merits, part of some soft points about the government not creating a conducive environment for people to live. If you
Mhm.
go back to the French Revolution, this was almost how France began to what's the word? Devolve. This was how France began to regress into what eventually became the reign of terror. The same
Mm.
thing, excuse me, just widespread poverty, corruption. The religious leaders were in cahoots with the political leaders. Does that sound familiar?
Mm. Mhm.
When it is rumored, and I think it was actually fact, but at least it's said so many times that when the queen then was told that people were hungry because the palace they had scrumptious foods, breads and all whatnot, she said, "Why let them starve?" Because
Mm.
you can't expect to inconvenience us royals because you people are hungry. Never mind that the royals had more food than an entire army. But the next thing you know, the people got pushed to a point where they could not take it anymore. And a few people rose up, Robespierre, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing his name, and a few others rose up and said, "You know what, we're not putting up with this foolishness anymore." My concern is that we never get to that point. But I am suspicious that we are hurtling in that direction at an
Yeah.
amazing speed. These
Yeah.
things are not, they seem to be isolated. In my mind, I do not see them isolated. I see them as connected dots,
Oh
all of
yeah.
them
Oh yeah.
heading towards a state of anarchy.
Yeah.
And something needs to be done as in ASAP.
Oh yeah. Because
Something needs.
imagine two people killed, similar format, two different states,
Mhm.
the same day.
Yeah, it's just I just see them like like, okay, these are all connected dots. They're not isolated incidents. It just heightens the sense of uncertainty and tension in the air, and it
Yeah.
just makes it hard for people to function normally.
And
It-
this
it-
and these people are very young. I don't know. So
yes.
where are they getting this information? What kind of message did they get from home
Yeah.
and makes them
Or
all where did they get
wherever.
it from?
Yeah.
Let me
That's
give you a
why.
simple example of this thing. I don't know why people are. Do you know that if you put a black child and a white child that they just give birth to in a room, and all they know is the two of themselves, they will not know they are black, and they don't teach them anything. Just teach them about just that they are just leave them.
Yeah.
You will realize that it is the information of the society
Hmm.
changes the mind of man.
Yes. Hate is
And
thought.
now that's why a lot of people now started blaming the girl, that the girl should have realized the state she was in, the school, because it's a Sharia state.
So now we're blaming the victim.
That's what they were doing. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you for real?
Hmm.
Is and now this other guy that was killed, similar pattern. His own was actually his friends. They had a gig to do. His friends came on a bike. He was there already.
Mhm.
So I think when they got there, they were going back and forth to the bike man because they don't have change. The
Okay.
bike man does not have change. So they told the bike man, okay, take, when we see you around, we'll give you your 100 naira. The bike man started shouting, no, 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 this. So he got into a scuffle. And then one of his two friends, hit the bike guy. And the bike guy collapsed,
Hmm.
fainted.
Oh boy.
Other bike guys that were passing stopped and started and said, they are Yahoo boys. Before they started that they are Yahoo boys, this other guy came out from the gig center where he was, and he was going to help his friends. going to help his friends. And the bike guys now started saying they are Yahoo boys, and all that. So they beat them, and then they burnt that one alive. The one that came out to help his friends.
These are
His
acts
wife
of
came.
terror.
Yeah. Oh yeah. His wife came out to say she doesn't know what to do with her life and her children's life. Two or three children, no father, and he was the sole provider, and all that. Now, my own is this: how heartless can you be to the point that you are so angry? You are so angry that you are beating someone up. The person is dying. You are still pouncing on that person, and it's still not okay for you to carry tires. Where do you even get the tires readily available?
Understand.
Oh, but they're everywhere.
Now, my question is this though. I thought we should have police station in different locations.
We do.
Okay, what happened to the police?
They were not
Security.
there.
That's why we are saying that this is a Sharia, like when we were saying it is a Sharia state. Is that a
No,
Sharia?
this one is not a Sharia state. This one was where? Where's my phone? What state was this one again? I don't want to give the wrong
Yeah,
the
because
wrong
I'm,
name.
I'm not familiar with this second
Yeah.
scenario
Hold
that
on,
you
I'll
painted.
pull it up for you.
That's just see. This is something else I noticed. A lot of people seem to function on high alert, as in there's so much tension in the air that people are ready, literally seem to be on the ready to just break down in the twinkle of an eye. And remember, there's a reason something is called herd mentality, mob justice.
Mm,
So it may be
mm,
one person that starts out hitting the person. Somebody
yeah.
else will just be like, yes, yes, let's beat them, let's beat them. By the time
That's
10
not the
people,
jungle justice is. You
exactly,
don't even, some of them don't even know the offense of the
exactly.
victim.
They may have no zero clue what happened. They just came and they heard, oh, somebody's beating someone, and they don't even know, oh, my friend is beating him, so he must be guilty. And we routinely take human life with impunity. Now, my question is, since the security agencies don't seem to have a handle on the situation, where else can we as a people, where else can people turn? Because you remember you mentioned, Minister Mex, that there's an aspect of some mental health thing going on with this kind of behavior. How then
Mm-hmm.
can we help people on a large scale if the security forces who have the firepower, in quotes, to intercept such matters are apparently unable to do so? How do we help? Because we can't just fold our hands and ignore the situation. It is not going to get any better, unfortunately, unless something is done very
Yeah.
quickly. Unless something is done. We're religious people, right? Can we
Mm-hmm.
appeal to religious leaders to speak to their followers? Is that a viable option? Because they are thought leaders. People listen to them. Because I'm just
They
looking at
do.
the whole thing. I'm like, okay, we can't continue like this. The society is headed towards anarchy. It really is. And we need to see it and see the danger for what it is and address it.
Hmm.
You're right. It has to be addressed properly.
It has to be addressed
Yeah.
promptly and urgent. In fact, it has to be addressed now. You know, but again, there are so many things that adds up to what's going on right now. So many things, and even though I would not want to accept Samson's point because I literally would hold the individual responsible rather than blaming it on, other factors.
Mhm.
But the fact is the fact. Contributing factors are also there.
Yes.
Poverty, stress, frustration, mental health. You're angry at your grandfather, and then somebody now did something in front of you that you will now take the anger and now decide to use it to kill this person.
Mm.
You know, all those things. And the fact is this: pastors talking about it in their churches. It's not just it. Nigeria is made up of so many religions.
Well,
So
that's
many
why I said
religions.
all of them, all the religious leaders, the imams, the pastors, the priests, whomever.
Yes.
They need to speak to their followers.
Yes. Everybody that has an influential following. In
Yeah,
fact, even social media person that has large, in fact, you have following on your social media, you talk to your fans, you talk to everybody.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We've got to
Or
start
to
somewhere.
just condemning that such act.
Yeah, not just
Don't
that,
just
but
don't just
actually,
condemn.
yes, like literally empowering people. I think part of the problem is the breakdown of our educational system. Because
Yes.
I remember in one of the shows we did earlier, I defined liberal arts education as developed by the Greeks. It was
Mm-hmm.
something to elevate the human mind. But
Yeah.
when people begin to descend to the level of animals, something is wrong. Because that is animal behavior. Just
Serious. Even animals are watching and I say, hey, I better person now. I'm telling
you
you.
know, even the very beasts of the field are looking at us like, whoa, people, really? Is this what we do now?
Yo,
You
you
know?
see a lion. Have you ever done that, man?
Okay,
Lion say,
that's the reason why.
I don't know.
That's the reason why I know that I have to blame the person that commits the act first.
Mhm.
But something leads to that.
Yes.
And
They're
then you were talking
contributing
of hunger.
factors.
A hungry man
Mm,
is an hungry man.
very.
When the people are hungry in the society, they become very wicked
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
heartless. So
Yeah.
they become a survivor's
Boom. That's what
you
it
know what I'm
is.
saying?
People are in survival mode. That's
Boom.
what it is. That's the only reason you can beat a child and
Ah,
want to kill them for stealing food.
exactly. So how can you steal my food like that? Do you know I suffer to get the food you're trying to? So they are hungry
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they act that way because of poverty
Yeah. Yeah.
mentality.
Yeah. People are really in survival mode.
And if you
And
see somebody that have eaten very well and is full, he still is here just, I have more of that. Steam.
Eh? Is that what?
Eh? I said, if you steal somebody's thing that has full and has belly full, it's okay.
You
He
don't
still
go
is still
bother.
like he just look at
You say, yeah, but
give
you
more,
he
have
will
more
even
of
give
it.
you more
yeah.
because
Yeah.
he will feel sorry for you.
Yeah, it's the speed with which we resort to violence, and you see it even on social media. Somebody says something, and just the viciousness of the responses.
Exactly.
And
That is even more scary.
you're like, do y'all know each other from somewhere? As in, is there some pre-existing beef that the rest of us don't know about?
That's what be happen for this place.
No, no, it's all
talking
part
about
of it. It's all part of it.
talking about social media, the very fact that
Hmm.
there is someone always recording. And
Exactly.
I think we need to just take away social media. I used to be against this whole social media, social right, but it's as if people are not using it well.
No, no,
Because when something like that is
you.
happening, when something like that is happening, before in the past too, in the past, I know that when you are driving and you see accident, the next thing everybody want to stop and help
I'll call 911.
or call 911. Nigeria, we don't have 911. Which one do
Okay,
we
I'm
have?
sorry. We're talking about Nigeria. Yes.
Now you will see everybody. Oh
It's
my God,
amazing.
what's going on? Oh, it's an accident over there. Oh, I hope they're okay. I hope they're okay. And they'll drive and pass.
Yeah, you're right.
And you are hoping they're okay.
Yeah.
Social media, man.
Yeah. It's something seems to have happened to our collective conscience as a people.
Let's take some comments. We have this comment from Jesse Charles.
Okay. When a government is not responsible and responsive, jungle justice becomes the normal.
Mm.
I agree. Can't argue that. Jungle
Yeah,
justice is not just, it is a serious human rights abuse. Depriving victims of their rights to fair hearing is a violation of their human rights. Totally agree. Totally.
very, very true. Very
Even if
true.
the person is caught in the midst of stealing plantain, they still deserve their day in court.
Exactly.
Yeah, very true. She furthermore says,
Deborah Samuel said to have made a comment in her school's WhatsApp platform, which her
yeah,
Muslim colleagues considered blasphemous of Prophet Muhammad.
yeah,
Also, that was a problem. They felt it was.
yeah.
Is there a
Hmm.
working definition of what they consider blasphemy? Because until I know what this young lady said, I still have no idea what it is that started this whole drama. What was it that she said that was blasphemous? And how is taking her life the remedy for the situation? How? How? We just seem to be retrogressing as a society. That's the word, retrogressing.
Really,
So,
really, religious fanatics.
so witnesses said a second year college student whose age was not made public was immediately attacked by her fellow students after she criticized a religion related post on the students' WhatsApp group. Now, this student WhatsApp group was made to be sharing information about class. But
Okay.
you know how people will begin to just circulate things that are not really necessary.
Related, yeah, related
So,
stuff at hand.
it
Yes.
furthermore says, she was angry the way Muslims were talking. This is a quote now. She was angry the way Muslims were talking about Islamic affairs in the WhatsApp group, which made her to make some un-Islamic on utterances against Prophet Muhammad, said Bashiru Giwa Isa, a resident and human rights activist in Sokoto. That's what this guy said. The school authority quickly deployed security personnel to protect Samuel, but they were overpowered by angry youths. Students forcefully removed the victim from the security room where she was hidden by the school authorities, killed her, and burnt the building, said Sokoto police spokesperson. Yeah. A video of the incidents was posted on social media and verified by Associated Press showed Samuel laying on the ground as she was stoned and beaten with planks. The young man surrounding her then dumped tires on her and set them ablaze. Abubakar said two students have been arrested in connection with the incident, while an investigation directed by Sokoto Governor Aminu is on the way. The suspects in the viral video on Twitter on were spotted and will be identified soon. It's both BS.
It's just, that is beyond horrible. That is beyond,
That's crazy.
beyond horrible.
Hey,
Beyond.
Sure.
We've got to bring back the teaching of civics in schools. Honestly, we've got to
yeah,
bring it back. We've got to bring it back. And like I said, religious leaders of whatever religion they
of
practice
whatever religion. Yeah,
need to get their what adherents, followers, fans,
mm,
whatever, and just begin to speak to them. We can't be like this. We can't.
mm,
We can't.
no,
We pollute the
no,
land when we take innocent life. And you wonder why Africa is called the dark continent. It's not just because of our skin and our weather.
mm,
It is because of
mm,
what we have done to our society and what we are
yeah.
doing to our society.
Hey. So again, jungle justice, when will it end?
It will end when the majority of people determine. You're telling me that nobody No group of young men, no security forces were strong enough to overpower. All they needed to do was shoot into the air, and that crowd would have dispersed. You can't tell me that you did not have security agents who were armed, who could have undone or at least intercepted what they were doing.
Doctor, the way it works is this: take her and put her in one room, and it's the same security agents that will go and tell them she's inside the one career. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
We have, I'm telling you, we are headed, we're looking at anarchy down the road. Something needs to quickly. We need to reel ourselves in. We need to, get ourselves in hand.
My own is this, right? With everything happening in the country, with everything happening in your life as a human being, killing someone that way, in fact, killing someone takes away that humanity from you.
Yes. Yes.
Just imagine they are beating you, stoning you, and then burning you. And you can feel all of that. How will you feel? That is how the person that they did it to is feeling. And it's just sad. Very, very sad.
We need to do better.
We need to do better. We need to do better. We're tired of talking about the government. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm not wasting my time talking about the government. No way. The government will do better when you make them do better, actually. That's another can of worms we open next time. And that next time, doctor will not want to come. Sounds off, Abby.
I wish not what thou speakest.
Doctor always shows up, right? When
Sounds off. When it comes to doctor will be like,
I am a gentle person. I am a gentle person.
yes. But the government will do better when you make them hold them accountable.
Yes, I agree. I totally
You
agree.
don't hold them accountable, I'm sorry, they will continue to play your heads like football field. Where this one will leave this party. Imagine this craziness, I beg.
Minister Max, don't go there. Do not go there. Do not go
Okay,
there.
we're not opening that kind of worm
No,
today.
let's not do that today. Let us honor the memory of the dead. And let us fight social justice some other day.
But the government.
But this is crazy though. Somebody will leave this party and go to that party, and you will still go and vote for this person in this party after leaving this party, and it's still the same person. The person did not change.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, leave the matter alone.
The politics of that country is just
Let's leave it alone.
It's just a game, and I don't understand what's going on there. And it's just, even when people say, "Oh, let's keep praying for them," I've stopped praying for them for a long time, because God has already answered our prayers. It's already left for the people to realize and know what to do to fix their place, because the law is not favoring them, because the law doesn't. It's like the law there is not really effective. It's all the law only benefits those that have money and have power, and then those that have money and power, those are the ones that suffer in the hands of the law.
Oh, yes.
So,
and guess what? Those that still don't have money and power, those are the same people that will be killing themselves under the people that have the money and the power.
Scary stuff.
Because guess what?
Minister Max, check your phone.
Guess what? Because it's manipulation. They make them fight to distract the real story
from the real issues at hand.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
They want that to be happening.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Before we take off, I just want to rush a brief scenario, of what I think is happening to a lot of countries these days.
Okay.
Samsoft,
Yep.
I need us to play this. I need us to play this role together.
Okay.
Hmm? You are one of the countries that start with N, and then I'm God. You be calling me. You call the phone in form of prayer, and then I will pick up, and then we'll communicate.
Where's my phone? You want me to call you right now?
Call me.
No, just pretend you're calling him.
Okay,
Just
pretend.
pretend you're calling.
Hello?
Angel Gabriel, who is calling me?
Nigeria.
My brother,
Hello?
please send that call to voicemail.
Hello, God. Where are you?
Who is your God?
We're hungry here in Nigeria.
Can't you see you have all the natural resources that I've blessed you with?
Which one are you talking
Can't you
about?
see?
The one that our government have siphoned?
Oh, the same government you put in power.
Okay, God, please kill the government. The government, kill the bad one.
Angel Gabriel, end the call. End that call. They want me to become mother. So, please, people, you have your PVCs.
Go and vote.
You have your PVCs. Vote. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. We are not going to tell you to vote for. You know the people you have. Use your PVC and save. I'm not even talking about your life. I'm not talking about your life. Save the life of your children and your children and the next generation after your children, because it starts from you. In fact, it's supposed to start before you, but our father's father have been doing the wrong thing, and that is what we are suffering. You see that word where they say the sins of the father? That's the sin our father has committed. It's time for us to write it. We're not opening that kind of one. Let's take this comment before we leave. If he life with Iyama, oh, she's in the house. Hi Iyama, how you doing? She says
She
hello
says,
house.
hello, house.
Hello.
So
Yeah,
sad.
she also says, yeah. How did you says?
She said it forced by.
Is it by force that you guys will always be sending this religious stuff in this group? That was the offense of this girl?
No.
That's not just what she said. She added something at the end. She spoke Hausa. I listened to the recording, but I kind of forgot that last thing she said. But yeah, she said this, but she added something at the end.
Something else to the end.
Yeah, she added something. And we'll follow up with that. Jacinta also said,
Yeah, this is the same thing. She said, is it by force? Yes.
yeah.
Vote wisely, Nigerians. I have my PVC and will vote by God's grace.
Yes. Jacinta says,
She said this group wasn't created for that, rather as a notice on tests, assessments, exams, etc. Not this nonsense religious posts. This was her comment.
okay.
Oh,
Now, so see, they posted something about him, and then she called it a nonsense religious post.
this was what we took a life over.
And
Unfortunately,
they are all co-students. So
yeah. Oh yeah, they are fellow
This was
students.
what we took a life over.
Yeah.
And these are supposed to be educated or people being educated.
these are the future of Nigeria. Those are the future. Those are the future. Anyway, the other part of Nigeria future, not the other side of Nigeria future.
And yeah, the problem is way deeper than we thought. Way deeper.
Unfortunately, Samsoft, these are actually the future of Nigeria.
Chai.
These are the same people that will come out and run for politics.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder things like this happen and you hardly see a top government official present. Well, people, ooh, it's been real. Thank you very much for being with us this far. We appreciate you. We really do appreciate you. Doctor, what do you have to say to everybody before we take off?
That as a people, we need to do better. We need to be better, regardless of the pressures of life. We do not rise by destroying others, for in the destruction of others, we destroy ourselves in the process and we become less human. Be better. Be better. That's it.
Sam Soft, what do you have to say to people?
I would say that I want you to see yourself in that other person that you are looking. See yourself in them. Will you do to yourself what you would do to that person, to your neighbor? See your neighbor as you. And then you'll be able to do right. Stay in love and don't allow any kind of message to make you to do things that you will regret in future. See yourself in another man.
And for me, what I have to say is this: when it gets to the point where you can comfortably hit, kill, burn the human being, I do not care whatever rationale you want to give, but you've lost your humanity. Situations happen, things happen. As Dr. Asapsoft have said, all you need to do is think before you act. When people are rushing, kill him, thief, kill him, instead of jumping to join in, why not be those few people that will be like, everybody, wait, what is actually going on here? Because that's how they killed one military man. This man he was going out for a jog. He had his sidearm by his this thing strapped to his waist. He just went, bought something from one woman, told the woman, I'll be coming back to pick it up. He went for his jog. By the time he came back, this woman has already told everybody that the man is an armed robber.
Whoa.
They jumped on the military man and killed him. In fact, now, if they even fear to even come out, people are afraid to go out anymore. Because you just go out, person will be thief, actual thief, you go and thief something. People will see you that you look like the thief, and they will come. No safety anywhere. What is it? Well, my last thing that I'll tell you is think. Think. And if you think you need any mental guidance or counsel, or you need a therapist, visit one near you. At this point, I'm very, very angry. I'm not going to lie. The situation is annoying. Very, very annoying. The rate at which ignorance can cause this kind of stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm annoyed at what's happening in Nigeria, and I'm annoyed at what's happening in America. It's just annoying. We started this show with the shootings. Come on. Killed 21 people. Little children.
Yeah.
Small children that just received their honors, BA honor this thing in school few hours ago.
Yeah.
Yo, we need to do better as a human race, I beg. We need to do better. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining in. Catch you all next time. From all of us, is bye-bye. I'm not smiling to tell you bye-bye to you. Yeah. Thank you very much for joining.
All right.
Peace.
It's your boy Max. I want to introduce a show to you. It's called Chat room with Max.
Unshakable.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Pay attention.